Hello guys, it's Mash or Mash Clash, and today I'll be talking to you about what I think is better than clay minions. So first, if anyone has ever played Hypixel Skyblock, they will know about clay minions. No matter where you are in the game, if you say, "Hey, what minion should I use?" the immediate response is clay minions. They're cheap, easy to upgrade minion relatively for the profit they give, and and as the profit they give is so immense, everyone's using them. The money you put in to get this huge amount of profit is like almost a no-brainer. It is way too good to pass up the opportunity. Even the richest players use clay minions, and it is also used by the poorest players. It is like the all-around minion that has been almost since the game has begun to be the best minion. But if you read the title correctly, I said there might be a minion that is better or on par. And so I've been avoiding it this whole time, but now let me show you what I believe is the better farm. So basically right now, here, this is my tarantula farm. So you might be like, oh, people know tarantula farm is better, but it is non-AFK. So if you can see here, I'm not using a dropper farm. All the way over there in that huge pillar is where I used to have all of these minions. They were in that dropper farm, dropping down over and over and over again, and going into a chest system that I have set up over here. And boom, extends all the way back there. And that's how I was using that farm. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really profitable and very good. But the only thing is that you had to be online, which is a pretty big downfall, and one of the reasons clay minions is regarded as so good, because you never have to be online. And you had to go and you had to put everything in its enchanted form manually. That is one of the worst things to do. And you might be like, oh, I've done it, I had a magma farm, it's not even that bad. Well, it gets much worse when you have 3 different types of items you have to go, and you have to filter, make sure you only take out 1 item, and go to different chests, get the other item, and repeat, and then you have to go to and do the different type of item and repeat that over and over again. It gets really repetitive and boring. That sometimes we literally make coop chores to people who have to do that because no one likes doing it. So that's when I decided maybe we should make a tarantula farm that is not manual. So I got the idea first from when I was just at school on the Hypixel Skyblock spreadsheet that lets you check your minions and such, minion stats, and I was like, wait, why does it say tarantula is the best for money? And I was like, what? I thought it was clay. So I looked at clay, and then I looked at tarantula, and I saw how much string it produced. And then I found out, wait, I can make spider boots. And then I looked at now, if I go and I go back to the hub and I click go, search up spider, and boom, spider boots. You can see spider boots all over the AH. Right now, here, good, 500k going right now. Nope, 9 days, but here, 500, 600k growing right now. And that's 4 stacks of enchanted string. So, is that really that much? So then after a few calculations from the spreadsheet, I found out that it isn't that much. That's actually only a third that you might produce in one day. Yes, that's what I said, a third. You get 500,000 is 1 over 3, 33% of your profits from one of this minion setup. Keep in mind, I only have 19 minions running. If I go back to my base, all of my minions are running except I have this one, because redstone, need redstone for pots and such, as well as I'm preparing for the next accessory bag, which is supposedly to be 1.5 mil redstone. So gonna keep that there for a while. But excluding that, 19 minions, but they are all tier 3. It's hard to tell, but it is tier 3. They are all tier 3, see? Tier 3. And they all have enchanted lava buckets and super compactors. Budget hopper doesn't really matter. But that, other than that, there's not much else to it. Not gonna lie, I would go straight for tier 3 and make sure you try to upgrade it straight to an odd tier. Never upgrade to even tiers. So this is kind of like a universal minion rule, but if you didn't know, basically the way minion upgrades work is when you upgrade it to one tier, it upgrades the storage. Then the next tier will upgrade the speed. So then this rinse and repeats until you get to tier 11. So it starts by upgrading your storage. So tier 1 to tier 2 is storage. Then tier 2 to tier 3 is speed. And because medium storages exist, basically storages are kind of useless. If you already invest in a super compactor, you only need enough to make it, to store enough resources to compact it. And that's only, and by the time you're at tier 3, you don't even need any more if you can claim it like even every 3 days. Which, if you're gonna play this game for like even relatively competitively, I think you should be able to at least get on every 3 to 5 days. So basically you should always go for upgrades in 2, because technically you're wasting money, because you shouldn't try upgrading 2 storages. That won't change how much profit you make. But if you change one storage, bring up the storage of one, and then bring up the how fast it runs, that is way more useful than having 2 extra big storages that won't do anything. So basically that's what I do. And also, if you've never used tarantula or any minions like that, one thing about these minions is that you cannot upgrade them like usual minions. So what I mean by that is, usually when you get a minion, so like this redstone minion, if I'm to upgrade it, I click on this next tier and I click right here. It says how much I need more to upgrade, and based on what is in my inventory. I obviously have none, so in total I need, this will add up to 512 enchanted redstone. If I hit it, boom, you don't have enough items to craft that tier. So that's showing me that I can't craft it because I don't have enough items. But on the contrary, if I go to tarantula minion, then I go here, it also has this. But if I go here, it doesn't say you're missing any resources or anything. It's just here. And if I click on it, nothing happens. So this is because you actually have to manually upgrade every minion. It is very tedious and very annoying. So what I would suggest you do is not run this farm until they're at least level 3. The farm is decently profitable at level 1, but I don't think it gets nearly as much profits, even comparable to clay, till you get about tier 3 on all of them. And one thing I have to mention is this is based on AH prices. I know that technically that enchanted clay is better because it isn't based on AH prices, and these prices can change at any time, but still, it makes more profit, and for the time, I'd use it if I were you, because of use it while it lasts, just like how people used the tarantula minion farm a long time ago with scavenger and the unstable method when it lasted. So before people start bidding a lot on it, stop bidding a lot on it, I'd use this method. So basically that is it. That's basically the method. But you might be like, oh, but you have no proof. How do I know you're not lying? How do I know these spider boots, those were just flukes on the age, that you don't actually make that much money? Okay, so I thought of that. So after not even a week, I prepared a lot of resources to sell just to show how good this farm is. So this has only been going for 3 days. Relative to this video, from Wednesday till now, Friday night, we have never claimed the minions. It is 3 days. Just keep in mind that we've been saving up a lot of enchanted fermented spider eyes for a while, so those should not count. But I'd add 1 million to the total because we made, as I've checked, we made about 10 today. In total from Wednesday to Friday, we made 10 in total. So add about 1 million to whatever profit we make, excluding those two. So basically, if I go to the age, you'll see how much profit I made off of barely over a week of enchanted fermented spider eyes and only 3 days of spider boots. So now if I go here, you'll see how much money we made. Yes, we made $7.7 million off of simply these items. 7.7 mil. That is incredible amount of money. So look at all of this profit. So at 13 enchanted fermented spider eyes, 1.4 mil. 24 fermented spiders, 2.6 mil. Look at all these spider boots. The prices range, but I've never gotten one less than 400-ish K. That is about the lowest price, but on average you'll get about 500 price on all your spider boots. So I'd average that out because you get a few 600s and a few 500s and a few 400s. It averages about around 506K ish. And look at all these. We got 7 just from 3 days. So think about how much money you could get from any more. So 7. Now claim these auctions. So if we subtract these, about 3 mil, this is about 1, so about 4 mil, and we got this much. This is another 3 mil straight in spider boots. Nothing to do with this, just in spider boots. Then I said, oh yeah, but about 10 spider eyes is added to this cost, so I'd actually say about 5 mil in about 3 days. But don't want to be too feisty and think that it's that OP. So I'd give you an average price at around 2-ish million to 4-ish million coins, depending on your luck with spider boots, and if you sell the enchanted fermented spider eyes. And so let me go and claim all of this. Boom, 7.67 mil. With this 7.697 mil, let's look at it. Boom, deposit in the age, in the bank. 14 mil. 14 mil, no work, nothing, just sitting down and doing nothing. We go and double our bank, more than double our bank, by just doing literally nothing. So that's basically it. This is why I'm pretty sure it's the best. One thing that I have not mentioned is that we can actually make even more profit. Yes, I'm not lying. More profit. The only thing is it's so insignificant that I'd say you have a better chance just saving it up and then using it later. So basically what I'm talking about, if you didn't know, is that tarantula minions were buffed randomly with no, they said they were buffed, but they never gave a reason. It was completely random. No one knew why it was happening. But tarantula minions were buffed, so they gave enchanted iron. Thing is, it is an incredibly low amount. Nothing compared to iron minions. It is iron though, so the more resources the better. But since I've added this farm, I've made about 5 stacks and a bit more of enchanted iron. Just to prove it to you, if I go back to my island and go right in this chest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and almost 7 stacks of enchanted iron, and about 2, that makes about, let's say, 2 enchanted iron blocks. If we go on the H, search up enchanted iron and go to blocks, boom, let's look, easy, 2 right here, about going for about 300k. Let's say 300k. That's a good 300k added to profit. But most useful is for tarantula armor. So things like the tarantula armor, like the helmet, chestplate, basically all the pieces use enchanted iron. So you might actually make more profit by just selling the iron straight to the in stacks, because people, like, look right here, 115k for a stack of enchanted iron. That is way more profitable. So I would actually, now that I've looked at it, I'd actually say that you should sell stacks of enchanted iron. According to this, let's see, I see another at 100k. So roughly I'll give us, yeah, about, let's say 100k in price average, maybe even a bit less, but 6 stacks, that's about 600k added to profit. And I'm not gonna overestimate or anything, but I'd say maybe you get, after like 1 day, you might get 16 at most of enchanted iron. That would give you about a stack, which is a good extra 100k in a week. So I guess it's nothing to complain about, because the profit here is pretty huge. So basically, that's it for the video. Hopefully you learned something new, and thanks for watching. Bye.